Good morning. It's December 2nd, 2024. Thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to update you on my progress as I embark on a formal training program for Moab Rocks, which is a 3-day mountain bike stage race that takes place in Moab, Utah, next April. The race is about 18 weeks away, which sounds like plenty of time, and I hope it is, but the first 4 weeks of this program have gone by very quickly. Part of that is because we took 2 trips into Southern California, and we also had the holiday, of course, and so those things, for some reason, tend to make it seem like time is going by even faster than it normally does. What I want to do this morning is summarize my training from the first month. During these last 4 weeks, I did 9 strength training sessions. I did 18 cycling sessions, and those added up to about 22 hours on the bike. Half of those sessions were indoors on a trainer, and some of those indoor workouts have been as long as 2 hours. I don't love training indoors. I don't know anyone that does, and that's much longer than I normally ever do. However, it seems to have not been too painful yet. During that 4-week period, I had 1 recovery week. During my recovery week, we drove to and from Southern California, 8 to 9 hours each way, and we camped. And between the long drives and the sleeping in the camper, it really kind of saps my energy and also reduces sleep quality for me. So kind of like a little bit shortchanged on that recovery week. And I think partly because of that and partly because I haven't been doing formal training, I've been struggling to fully recover from the harder training sessions. For example, I had a recovery ride yesterday where I was to keep my heart rate below 120, and I had to walk up a couple of hills to ensure that my heart rate didn't go above that. You know, I'm not surprised because, as I mentioned before, I haven't really done structured training for years or even decades. And so, you know, my body's not used to this consistent load. And I knew going in that that would be an adjustment, and it still is. And I think it will continue to be. I do have a genuine recovery week where I'm actually at home scheduled for mid-December. And so I'm hoping that having that actual restful period will help me kind of get on top of the training load, because the training load is increasing. In fact, December is going to be a tough month. In addition to the aerobic threshold training and the anaerobic threshold training that the training plan calls for, we're going to start sprinkling in VO2 max or maximum training. Despite all that, and despite not feeling 100% fresh, I do think the structured training, first of all, it has a familiar feel. It kind of takes me back to the old days when I would train for centuries. Overall, it's kind of given me a better sense of overall well-being. I don't know if it's just beginning to get fitter or just having like a goal that I'm working towards and applying myself now for a future goal. Whatever the mixture of those things are, I'm actually enjoying it. And so I'm happy about that. And then it helps because the training program, the coaching program that I downloaded, and the Training Peaks app are both great. They've been easy to figure out and easy to follow. And the coaching program, I think I mentioned before, is for master's level athletes. So it takes into account recovery and takes into account a slower build and gives you plenty of opportunity to adjust your training based on how your recovery is going. And I'll leave a link both to that coaching program and to the Training Peaks app in the description below. No real surprises for me. I figured that it would be quite an adjustment for me to get into a regular regime, and it has been. I'm hoping that really I respond well to the uptick in volume and in intensity that December is going to bring, and I come out of the calendar year feeling like I'm going to be able to do this. That's kind of the update for now. As always, feel free to leave any questions and comments below, and I appreciate you joining me on this journey of self-improvement and ultimately of self-destruction on the first weekend of April 2025. Talk to you next time.